As an elected official, I serve in position 3 for Manvel City Council. The city of Manvel is located about 30 minutes south of Houston, and we're a very quickly growing city because as Houston grows and as other cities around us grow, Manvel is growing as well. Brazoria County is a place that attracts people because we have great school districts, we have reasonable taxes, and we really have this environment where the community cares for each other. People don't create a city. A city is just a governmental entity drawn by lines from a charter that was created in Austin. It's the people that create a community, and a community is nothing without a self-determined drive towards decency and towards excellence. And in many situations, you see that the government doesn't drive towards that. That they say that we're doing it for the good of the city, and in an effort to do it for the good of the city, you forsake the people.
One issue I don't think is more complex is the banning of dollar stores. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, right, hard pivot. I'd like to talk about that because it happened in your city, but what we've been seeing across the country in a lot of cities is this kind of move to ban dollar stores.
We refer to them as small box discount stores, as it's a little bit more encompassing, but primarily it's these stores that sell products, convenience products, at a very affordable and reasonable price. From what I know, we are the second city in the entire state of Texas to take this action in a 5-1 vote, and the other city was Fort Worth. And what happened with our city, we have 42 square miles is in the city limits of Manvel. All 42 square miles are zoned. Whenever you zone, it also gives you the ability to place additional, and what I deem in most situations as additional burdensome regulations and requirements on businesses. So what came before our body was changes to our zoning ordinance that, amongst other things, placed certain restrictions on local business owners who are wanting to open a small box discount store, a convenience store, or a gas station in our city. And these restrictions were that if a new one were to be built, there would have to be a 2-mile distance between any other type of store or business that would fall under that classification. For the small box discount stores, that 10% of their floor space would be dedicated to healthy food options, primarily identified as meat, produce, and dairy products. The other issue was that if a local business owner who is just wanting to start a business in Manvel, is wanting to invest in our city, is wanting to serve our city, they have to pay a fee ranging anywhere from $800 to $1,500 to appear before our elected body.
To just appear, not even get their permit, just to appear before the body.
Just to appear before our body and receive approval to build. Council has signaled now by this vote that we are going to make it a little bit more difficult for you and that we don't want you to do this. So you can come before us and you can request this variance, you can request this change, but there's no guarantee. And it's more likely than not that we will not grant you this change. And so in a 5-1 vote, it was adopted. And as you look at the city of Manvel specifically, it's very limited now where one of these stores can be open. Along Highway 6, no more gas stations can be built along our portion of Highway 6 in the city of Manvel. We have one small box discount store in city limits. And this one, Dollar General has done a great job in recent years when they build new stores, putting in healthy food options, putting in produce. And they did that. They put that in because there was a need. So what this means is anybody that wants to go grocery shopping can either go to this dollar store and the drastic growth that's still coming to our city, or they have to go to Pearland. They have to go to Missouri City. They have to go to Alvin. They have to go to Iowa Colony for their shopping. And that means that they are taking their money and investing it into other cities rather than investing it into our city.
What's their cause behind this?
What I've seen is people that take this position that this is a proper role of government. They say things along the lines of that government intervention and injection into every sphere of our society produces well-standing, produces equity, and produces a common benevolence for all of our citizens. That government can be as wide and as vast as deemed necessary. In this specific situation, these people that will make that argument say that this is not a part of the image that we want to create, that this is not what we want to project as a city, that there's a false sense of being the knight in shiny armor, that we are protecting businesses by preserving our open space, and that's far from the truth. Because there's a precedent. that is set now. That future bodies can look back on this moment and this time in history and say, look at what that council did. They restricted dollar stores. They restricted gas stations, convenience stores. I want to do that for donut shops.
Right.
I want to do that for auto repair shops.
Right.
I want to do that for whatever they deem as necessary. And guess what? They can do it now.
Right.
And you have the people that say we need more government, and you have the people that say we need less government. I fall squarely in the middle, and I say we need focused government. Government does have an important and vital role to play in the development of a city. But at the same time, because we're not focused as a government entity, because we're not efficient, because we don't stay within our lanes, we stretch ourselves too far, we stretch ourselves too thin, and who gets hurt at the end?
The people who
It's
need it the most. Yeah.
The people who need it the most get hurt. And if you remain focused as a government and you say, this is what we're good at, this is our role in society, then what you can do is you can enable and you can partner and you can support other entities and other businesses that will fill the gap, that will step into the void. And that is what truly creates a thriving society.